Sometimes, the most impactful stories are not just about success or wealth, but about friendship, trust, and the acts of kindness that shape destinies. This is one such story, a story of two Nigerian giants, Dr. Alex Ekwueme, the first elected vice president of Nigeria, and Otunba Michael Olasubomi Balogun, the visionary behind First City Monument Bank. Their bond and the acts of generosity that stem from it offer timeless lessons in humanity. Before Nigeria's civil war, two young men, Ekwueme, a brilliant architect, and Balogun, a successful lawyer, lived as neighbors in Lagos. Despite their different backgrounds, they became close friends. However, their paths would soon be divided as Nigeria descended into civil war. During the war, Ekwueme, of Igbo descent, fled to the eastern region to avoid the violence and unrest in Lagos. For years, he stayed in the east, unsure of what would happen to his property back in Lagos. When the war finally ended, Ekwueme returned, uncertain of what awaited him. To his surprise, not only had his house been cared for, it had been fully renovated and rented out. The person behind this act of kindness? His old friend, Otunba Michael Balogun. Upon Ekwueme's return, Balogun handed him the full rent proceeds, no strings attached. Fast forward to the 1980s, and Ekwueme had risen to become Nigeria's first elected vice president. Balogun, on the other hand, was determined to fulfill his dream of establishing Nigeria's first indigenous merchant bank. In an industry dominated by foreign institutions, getting the necessary approvals seemed impossible. But Balogun had a vision: to create a bank that would be run by Nigerians, for Nigerians. Realizing the challenges ahead, Balogun reached out to Ekwueme for help. Remembering the kindness that Balogun had shown years earlier, Ekwueme did not hesitate. He believed in Balogun's vision and used his influence as vice president to help him secure the government's approval to establish First City Monument Bank. This was more than just political support. It was a testament to their enduring friendship. The approval paved the way for Balogun to establish FCMB, Nigeria's first wholly indigenous bank created without foreign assistance. Today, FCMB is one of the leading financial institutions in Africa, a symbol of what can be achieved when vision meets trust. But the legacy of these men didn't stop at banking. Their story reminds us that kindness, trust, and friendship are some of the most powerful forces in the world. Balogun's generosity during the war and Ekwueme's support later on demonstrate how we can lift each other up in times of need, regardless of tribe, tongue, or status. Ekwueme and Balogun's friendship transcended politics and business. It was built on mutual respect and humanity. In a world that often celebrates individual success, their story reminds us of the importance of lifting others up, of being there for our friends in their darkest moments, and of repaying kindness with kindness. Their legacy is not just in the bank that was built or the titles they held, but in the lives they touched and the friendships that endured. In the end, the greatest measure of success is how we treat others and how we use our power to make a difference.